Today's July 4th, and I figured I'd do an update on the garden. We have been picking bromas like crazy. Today I did a lot of weeding in the garden and trimming bushes and all that type of stuff. But I'll show you what I picked when I get inside. But tons of Roma tomatoes growing. Same here. I've been picking some of these beautiful yellow honey tomatoes. My cherry tomatoes are growing like crazy. I'm loving the cherry tomatoes. Cucumbers. We are picking 3, 4, 5 cucumbers a day. They are just filled with cucumbers. Banana peppers. I have a bunch growing, but they're slow growing because the tomato bush and the cucumbers are blocking it. Back here I have had little to no success with the peppers. I have my first pepper growing. That's it, nothing else on my peppers. And I think it's because they're competing with the tomatoes. My tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, are growing like crazy. But I did lose another bush right here. He actually slid down. The tomatoes were too heavy, so I pulled off the rest of the tomatoes and cut him down. Behind it, my cucumbers are also growing like crazy. And these are I believe champion cucumbers, and I've been picking those as they've been growing. I just trimmed them up today because they had a lot of extra leaves that were looking moldy and stuff. Green beans. The pole beans, not sure we're doing things right, but across here for the pole beans, we trimmed a lot that was going on way up top here. So you see a lot of dead because there's so many beetles that have been attacking it. So we tried to trim that up. And the same down here, if you look at the bush beans, they're looking kind of scraggly and ratty because same thing. We tried to eliminate some of the beetles. There's my Swiss chard. These are my honey tomatoes back here. Tons of tomatoes. But they haven't turned yet. You can see one right there that I think is about to turn yellow. Another batch of my peppers. In my peppers, I have some of the cayenne peppers that are growing, but none on the regular bell peppers. I have eggplant growing. Matter of fact, I have 2 of these growing in here. See them? So tons of eggplant. My kale is doing really good, but I'm starting to get some type of bug that's eating away in it, so I need to treat those. Same thing that we're having with the other bush beans. These bush beans we've been picking, but the beetles are getting to it. The last of the 5 carrots I pulled. And this just happened today. My cucumber plant, I had just trimmed him down and he was looking great. But as you can see right there, he snapped. And I swear there was a gecko crawling on it and it was too much weight and it just fell right over. But I'm still picking. As you can see, there's still zucchinis that are growing. So hopefully I can still continue to grow the zucchinis. We'll see. And I have a backup zucchini if I need it. So once those zucchinis go, we'll probably try and transplant this into the other bed. So that's the update on the garden. Happy July 4th. Here's the update on the side garden. Again, July 4th. Tomatoes are growing like crazy in here. It looks like my first 2 are cherry tomatoes. I have aroma in the middle, and I'm still waiting to find out what the back ones are. I didn't label them well, so now I don't know what they are, but they seem to be growing pretty good. I've been able to pick a little bit. I just started picking these guys. As you can see, some little guys are starting. And over here in my peppers and eggplant, I actually have been able to pick some, let's see if I can find them in here, some of the jalapeno peppers. I just picked a whole bunch of them, but you can see them. They're growing, they're hot, they're delicious. And over here is the start of some banana peppers in the front. Again, my bell peppers in the back, there's nothing there. And then the eggplant, I have one growing back here. So eggplant's doing good. We just finished weeding the beds today, so that cleaned them up a lot. But there's your update on the two side gardens. Walk through on the herb garden. My cherry tomato is growing like crazy. Looks like a small tree, but I've been able to pick my cherries. Same for this one. This one is growing literally over a bush, and it's just hanging down, but there are still lots of cherry tomatoes on it, and I've been picking. I just picked a batch of them. And then this one over here, I actually thought was a cherry tomato. Looks to me like it's actually a Roma. So lots on this tree too, or bush. That's the update on the herb garden.